Hi, I'm Russ McCullough, and I'm going to go over some things with MyEconLab for Principles of Economics classes here at Ottawa. And this is a video for instructor use to kind of show you how MyEconLab works on the background, some of the tools that you have for instructors. I've created another video that's for students that shows the different things and how MyEconLab works with the homework and testing and multiple attempts and various things. So I would encourage instructors to look at both videos, but this one specifically for some of the behind the scenes stuff for instructors. So on the screen, I've got the course page. So you'd have multiple courses here if you've been teaching multiple courses. I'm going to go into the macroeconomics shell. We started using the principles text with the 12th edition that has both the micro and macro components. So the chapters go from 1 to 31. And I've customized the MyEconLab so that just the chapters for the relevant ones for macro and micro show up within the shell. And so these links here are what the student views. So as you go through these, this is exactly what the students would see. So you've got the e-text by chapter, the buckets and circular flows. These are all links. And again, I go through more detail with the student video with all of this and the links to the homework and tests. So let me jump down to the instructor tools. And anywhere you see this little guy with the cross through it means that it's not viewable to students. And so this is for your use. So students won't be seeing that. One of the main pages that I'd like to refer to right away is the Instructor Resources. And Pearson has a number of things, videos and other things available for students with specific MyEconLab. The one that I'd like to point out to you is right here. This link brings you to one of the pages that brings up the implementation guide. There's also these videos and recordings and lots of additional help. And I do have the instructor hotline number that gives you a direct link to Pearson. So this is more or less an instructor's manual that's digital. And if you end up needing to change some dates or whatever, it's a fairly easy to use link that'll bring you to things regarding the setup of MyEconLab. So the Gradebook and the Assignment Manager, one of the things to do early on, these are two of the buttons that you use the most. This shows all of the homework. I have it set up in 8 modules, which for those of you who are teaching in our 8-week system, each module represents a week. Those that might be teaching in semester system, then you would assign dates to those various modules. I have a getting started homework that gets you going on all the tools and functionality with graphing and creating dots and stuff for the MyEconLab that students will use, and you'll want to maybe go through and do that yourself. You can always drop over here to look at preview, and you're essentially looking at what the student views with how to use MyEconLab, how to use the graphing. So how many inches in a foot, check answer, got it. And then you keep working through the problems on the graphing. The graphing tool, once you select that, will bring up different types of things that you can use to alter graphs and whatnot. Let me get out of here. Come back to the math appendix test. These are just basic algebra tools that students will use. I have a minimum of 70% on there. They have unlimited attempts. So if you look at the class settings, I have set this up for unlimited attempts, and they will, if they fail it the first time, they will go into the mastery section that will give them specific tutorials on what they're missing and how to improve their score. And then they can go back and retake the test. And this is a new thing that I've set up with all of the tests, so that after they attempt it once If they want to improve their score, if there's multiple attempts allowed, which there are for tests, then before they do that, a prerequisite is to go back and show that they've mastered the skills using the study plan. And that study plan is also factored into their overall score. So back to the assignment manager, one of the homework problems, we've got, let me do a preview. Different types of assessments are used within each homework. Students can start and stop the homework at different times and they won't lose their spot. There's multiple attempts. So the whole point of the homework is that they get in there, really dig in, and continue to work until they get all the points if they can. I'd like to think that these are mostly gimme points. Over here, they can earn 1 homework point by clicking on this button, and the lecture PowerPoints show up for each chapter. They hit submit and they just scored a point on that. Over here are the dynamic study modules, which are an adaptive learning technique that Pearson has. In here, this one I had already started on before, and so you can click through and it gives you feedback on what you did wrong. It gives you the correct answer after you've tried just a couple different attempts. And this is responses from the textbook material. And so they will kind of be rapid fire type exercises. Here I wasn't sure which one it was, and it told me which one it was. And so you're going to keep going until you've sufficiently learned the material. So I finally got to real GDP is, and then you put your answer in, like, I kind of think it's that, or maybe it's that. No, I think it's this, and submit. And so students can go through this trial and error process to see how well they've learned the material, and the system will keep track of their progress as they go. And they can continue to put in time. Those students who really learn the material, read it, know it well, they will zip through these exercises faster than students who need a little bit more help. So the whole point with this revision was to get things more targeted to the type of help students need. Another thing is these digital interactives. There's only a couple sections that have these. Not every module has these, but it's similar to playing a kind of a video game in a way, but it's a learning game. So Morgan works 20 hours per week at a campus bookstore. Is she not in the labor force? Oops, I'm incorrect. You placed her in the wrong category. Zoa is structurally unemployed. Oop, I got lucky, correct. And so you work through the program, hopefully learning something about unemployment there. And then the last category with each of the modules, I have some sort of graphing or real-time data analysis. So this is data that's automatically populated from the St. Louis Federal Reserve. And so when this class is taught 2 years from now, this question will be the same, but the data will be updated to the 2017 data. And so this is one of the new items that will keep content fresh with real-world data and hopefully make it more applicable for the students. And again, with these homework exercises, they can check their answer, and it gives immediate feedback of what they're where they went wrong with the problem. And then again, with the homework problems, they can continue to do multiple attempts. So that's the homework. Then finally, we get down to the tests. So let me just pick off module 4 here. And with these, the students will work through different types of problems. Some of them might have drop-down boxes, similar to the homeworks that they were already working. They select an answer, move on to the next problem. They will not have a check answer option with the test. Since I'm in the instructor mode with the preview, that won't even show up on the student view. Watch that video and you'll see how that changes. And then students just submit the test and away they go. And now one of the things that will be different, there's 3 attempts for the tests. However, if students did not if they did their first completion before they take their second attempt, they will have to enter into the mastery plan. And so let me do one question here. Submit this test. This is for Module 2. Yes. And now go to results. I didn't do so hot since I missed them all. I go to take a test. I'm a student. Now I've got this little flag here, and it says you must score at least 50% on the Module 2 homework and before working on any remaining attempt. And then also you have to work the study plan. And the system has learned what you did well and awarded you mastery points for those sections. So you won't have to work on those prior to your second attempt. So that way, students who are doing well won't have to just do a bunch of busy work. They'll actually be targeted to what they were deficient in. And so on the study plan, just to give you a feel for this, it looks like this. And students will have these different sections of the book that have the learning objectives. And so if the student did pretty well on the exam, maybe 5 of these will be all knocked out, that they earned 1 of 1 on the mastery. And then they'll only have to come back and do the ones that they haven't mastered. They do that by practicing a little bit on the problem. So they look at winners from gain, they work through some problems, they can check their answers with this and learn again what they were wrong with, and then take the quiz for that particular learning objective. And it's a simple little 5-question quiz. They go through, and if they get it, they will earn the mastery point if they earn the score that they need. If they haven't mastered something, now you see how the button is blacked out. They have to go through and actually practice before they can take the quiz again. And so that's just a way to kind of get people channeled into doing the right thing to hopefully learn the material. So their overall score will be a mix of their test scores. Of the MyEconLab stuff, it ends up being 40% of their overall grade. And then the homework and study plan ends up being another 40%. So I wanted to point out the sample tests just so that students are aware. They can come down if they're a little leery about how they're going to take tests. These they can take an unlimited amount of times. And also their mastery points will be reflected in how well they do a sample test. So this is another approach that they can use to gain their study plan mastery points. So lots of different tools, lots of different feedback. This is just a quick overview to get you started. So I encourage you to get into the system and look at all the different functionality. Here was the Gradebook again. That'll, once your class is full, you'll have that. You can look at their performance on various things. There's the study plan. The weighting of the material is 30% to homework. This is of the MyEconLab stuff only. 30% to homework, 50% to tests, 20% to the study plan. For the courses that have a discussion board component or a face-to-face component, there's 800 points total for the course, so that component makes up 20% of their points. So MyEconLab automatically puts all of that in here to their weights. And so when you go to the Gradebook to transfer the grades over, you can look at the percentages of how they're scoring on the homework and transfer those to the Blackboard Gradebook if you're using the Blackboard, which you likely are. So that is the end of this. That was probably a long enough video. So good luck with your class, and hope this helped out. Bye.